Hello, friend. DevOps Codex. Here we are uh, posting the content related to DevOps, data engineer, Python, Golang, which is important for the every data engineer and DevOps engineer. And this is our YouTube channel, and this is our LinkedIn page. You haven't subscribed it, please subscribe and follow our LinkedIn and YouTube channels. Okay. So today is day 3, and here I am going to talk about. Important Linux related interview questions, which is important for every DevOps engineer. And day 1, we covered all the basic related interview questions. Day 2, also, we covered the mid level interview questions, which are very important. If you are going through all three videos, I think 80% you will got the questions which will ask in interview, and I am practically showing all the like practical related things which is related to these topics. Okay, so today we are going to cover about the process states. Let's go to the question and take a have a look. Okay, explain how the Linux manage the process states. Okay, there are multiple processes are available in Linux operating system. So there are different states like running state, sleeping state, and zombie state. Running state in the sense actively running on the CPU. Sleeping state in the sense waiting for event or resource. And zombie is finished execution but waiting for the parent process to collect its exit status. So zombia is also a very important question. So many interviewers ask what is the zombia process. Zombia process in the sense there are two type of process are there: parent process and child process. Okay. I think the finish execution but waiting for the parent process to collect its exit status. Child process has been finished and it is waiting for a parent which to to collect the exit status of our process. That kind of process called zombie process. Sleeping process in the sense waiting for an event or resource. So in real time scenario, zombia process, so many times we are facing the zombia process related issues. Suppose your CPU utilization here is high, so many like task has been completed, but still you are able to see the processes. So with the help of this command, you can see what are the mm, what are the processes there which has been completed but waiting for the parent to check the exit status. That kind of process called zombia process. And most of the time what we are doing, we are killing those processes to clear our memory or CPU utilization. You can see here, this is the user, this is the process ID, and you can see here how much CPU it is utilizing, how many memory it is utilizing, all the details you can see. If I want to kill this process, what I will do: ps sudo kill -9 to kill the process, and followed by the process ID. What it will do, it will kill this process. Let me pass my password, sudo password. Yeah, and window terminal accepted region code 9. Okay, reopen it. Yeah. Okay, I think that process has been killed. Let me show you again. Yeah, that process has been killed. You can see the process ID. This process ID is not available right now, means that process has been killed. Okay, so this is very important interview questions which we are facing in the interview. Okay, next question is like how do you analyze the input output performance using the tool like IOStat and IOTop? So as we know, IOStat is the command to monitor the CPU and IO performance. IO in the sense input and output. Okay, and IOTop is the command to display the real-time disk input output uses by the processes. Sometimes what is happening, we are facing so many issues: database slowness. When database queries are slow, use io state hyphen o to identify the processes, okay, causing the high disk io and optimize them. So what we are doing with the help of io top hyphen o, let me run via the sudo. Yeah, you can see here it is showing what are the processes are running and how much input output per second is happening inside the disk. Okay, with the help of this command we can identify that. Okay, and based on that we can take the decision. It is very important real time command. And io state is also a command to monitor the cpu and io performance. Okay, so io state, you can see here what you can see, the average cpu user and what is the nice value. In last video we discussed like what is the nice value and how we can renice, like set the priority of the task and system and io weight, and these things you can check with the help of this command. Okay, so next command, next question is, uh, if you want to restrict the, I think I missed the third one. Okay, so yeah. So, what is the run label in Linux and how do you change it? Okay, run label define the state of Linux system. In system D, they are replaced by the targets. Okay, so there are seven type of run labels are available in Linux operating system. It's start from 0 to 6. 0 run label shuts down the system in a orderly manner. Run label 2 is the single user mode or maintenance mode. Whenever you forgot the password of the root, you want to reset the root password. In older days what we used to do, we used to go to run label 1 and reset the password. And run label 2 is the single user mode with the networking, and run label 3 is the multi user mode in text mode, and run number 4 is the user defined run labels. Okay, and fifth one is the run label 5 multi-user mode with the networking and a graphical user interface, logging prompt, and run level 6 is the reboot the system. For going to run level 6, what we are doing, init 6 if you will enter, it will be reboot your system. So currently, as we know, our Linux operating system is the multi-user, multi-tasking kind of system is there. So for using the GUI, what we are doing, we are uh, running the run level 5. Okay, so uh, you can see the real-time example. If anyone is asking what, in which scenario you will use the run label command to switch the rescue the targets to maintenance mode without networking to debug the issue, we can change our run labels. Okay, and next question is like how do you limit the resource uses for a process using ulimit? Ulimit is the command to check the resource limits. Okay, by default, there are some limitations are there, like any user, like how many resource can utilize from your operating system. Okay, but if you want to customize the u limits of any user or any process, what you can do, you can use the ulimits command hyphen v, and you can set the memory. You can see the example here in real time what we are doing. If you are using java based applications and uh, there are if your uh, application is misbehaving and consuming all the system memory by limiting it virtual memory, you can prevent such kind of issues. Okay, so that your java application will use 500 memory 500 mb memory. Such kind of things you can set based on your requirement. Okay, so next question is what is the role of slash etc ns switch dot conf. Okay, so define the order of services. Okay, define the order of the services like DNS, LDAP used for the name resolution and authentication. We are using this host name resolution prioritize the DNS over the slash etc by editing the host line of slash etc ns switch dot conf. Okay, and uh, what we are doing when we are hitting any domain from our system, first of all it is going uh, to our it is checking our local DNS. Okay, so sometimes what we are doing hosts host. Okay, sometimes what we are doing, if you want to locally resolve any domain, we are defining the IP and the local DNS name, so that it will be go to slash etc host file and check like what is the IP address, and it will be resolved locally. Okay, in that way we are using very frequently in our environment. Suppose you didn't assign any domain to your web server in dev environment or test environment, simply rather than hitting with this IP, what you will do, you can hit this domain name, so locally it will be resolved. Oh, this domain name is pointing to this IP, it will be go and hit and uh, revert the content. Okay, like yeah, your request will be shoved on this server. Okay, and next question is, how do you use the rsync for data synchronization between the two servers? Suppose you are using two servers and you want to sync the data with the minimal bandwidth uses, you can use the rsync command, and you can pass the flags and source file path and remote server destination you can path, so that easily you can transfer your data from one server to another server. Okay, and suppose if anything is going to break in between, then in such a case, if you are using resync again, it will be transfer only delta file which is pending or missing. Okay, so for transferring the backup related things, what we are doing, we are using very frequently in our real time environment. Next question is like what is the Linux namespace and how do you how they use in containers? Basically, containers work on the namespace basis. When you are creating multiple containers, it is like isolating one container to another container with the help of namespace is provide the isolation for the system resource like process ID, network, and file system. Okay, so in Linux operating system we have some namespace concept. Okay, which is used by our Docker containers. Okay, so in real time scenario, Docker uses the namespace to isolate the process and ensuring the containers doesn't interfere with one another. Suppose you are running one container and second container is your database container. One container will use their resources and second container will use that resources where your database application is running. It will not interfere to one another. Okay, next question is related to file system. That is also very important question. Explain the difference between ext4 and xfs file system. So ext4 is the general purpose and supports the small files. Okay, but nowadays we are using xfs, that is the high performance and optimized for the large files, and it is very scalable. Okay, so let's talk about the scenario. If you are using databases, okay, use xfs for high throughput applications like databases, and ext4 for the general purpose storage. We are using ext4. And next question is, uh, how do you find which process is consuming uh, specific port? Okay, so for checking those things, what we are using lsof command or netstate command. With the help of that, we are troubleshooting such kind of issue. If any port is consuming lot of memories or something, okay, that you can see here. Let me show you. Sudo lsof colon 80. Okay, you can see nginx, because on 80 I am running the nginx server, and nginx is consuming these many of the processes. Okay. And second command is the net state. And as we learn net state command in previous videos, okay, net state hyphen lntu np. Okay, what it will do, it will be one second, let me show you. It will be display all the process related, see, tu in the sense tcp, u means udp, and l means list. And here it is listening or not. Okay. And which port it is listening, you can see here. These details you can see via the net state command. So this is very important command for troubleshooting purpose we are using. If you are using port conflict, suppose you run one container on port 80 and second container also you are using port 80. So first container you can run very easily, but whenever you are going to run the second container on same port, it will be show the error, the port is occupied unexpectedly busy. Use the above command to find out and terminate the process. So what we are doing, we are terminating the process, or we are changing the port number of the new container which we are trying to create. Okay. Next question is also related to the troubleshooting purpose. What is the inode, and why are they important? Okay. So inode store the metadata about the file, permissions, honor, size, and timestamp. Each file or directory has an inode. Okay. So basically, when sometimes what is happening, disk space full despite the free spaces. Okay. And with the help of df-i, we are checking the inodes. df-i, you can, sorry, df-h and df-i, you can see here it is showing the inode. df- is which will show the all the file system related things. Okay. And here one more extra column you can see, inode and inode used, and how much inode is free, and which file system is there, and what is the mount point of that. You can see the all the details with the help of this command. It is also very important command. Sometimes what is happening, your disk is free, but it is showing like your disk space is full. So with the help of this command you can find out like how much it is used and how much it is free. Based on that you can troubleshoot your applications or your os related, disk related issues. Okay. uh, our next question is, how do you troubleshoot the slow ssh connection to a linux server? It is also a very important question that is asked by the interviewer for troubleshooting that. What we are doing for ssh-i, we are using to so for doing the SSH, what we are doing, we are using SSH-I for passing the key and user, and followed by at the rate followed by the host uh, name, or you can pass the IP address. So if you are suppose you are facing some issue, okay, slowness issue, then what you can do, you can use triple hyphen v command. Okay. Okay. So it will give the error related things on console itself. Okay. And how it is trying, and where it is reached, your key is not valid, or your password is not valid, all the things you will see on the console. It is very important command to troubleshoot the real-time SSH connection related issues, because as a administrator we are also uh, uh, dealing with day-to-day basis such kind of things, providing the permissions and checking the things. Okay. And next question is kernel module versus kernel thread. Okay. So what is the difference between a kernel module and a kernel thread? Kernel module extend the kernel functionality dynamically, like device drivers. And kernel threads is nothing but execute the kernel level task like memory management and cpus, those things managed by the kernel thread. Real time scenario, if you talk about, use the mod proc to load all the network drivers modules. Okay. So Frequently, we are not using such kind of things because nowadays cloud related things are there. I'm not. I never use this command, but it is very important. In some companies, they are using on-prem servers. In such a case, might be it will be very useful command. Okay, next command is next question is like how do you debug a failing system d services. Okay, to checking the status, what we are doing, systemctl status, that service name, and for analyzing that log of that application, that service, what we are doing, we are using, let me show you, status mysql d should yeah, you can see here mysql d is not available. Let me try this. Yeah, you can see here this service is running. Okay, and suppose you are facing any issue, what you can do, you can use the general ctl command hyphen u and that service name. It will be analyze your log, like what is the error and uh, rest of the things. Let me try it. MySQL, sorry, sudo, let me try with sudo. Yeah, you can see all the logs. It started the mysql community, and it started the mysql community server, it stopped the mysql, and uh, so many things. Okay, you can see here how much time it is consumed, or how much cpu it has been consumed, and how much time it is running or something. Those details you can check via this command, because this is also a very important command, like systemctl status, that's followed by the service name, and analyzing the logs, general ctl hyphen u, and that service it will be show you. Okay, so I also mentioned the scenarios. If nginx fail to start and find the syntax error in the configuration, using this debug output, you can troubleshoot it. Okay, so next question is, what is the purpose of slash proc and slash sys? Okay, so slash fork is the virtual file system providing processes and system information, and slash sys is the expose the kernel objects and their states. Scenario is use the slash proc slash cpu info to check the cpu details, and sys class slash net to view the network device informations. Okay, so what we are doing, you can see here, this will be show all the cpu related informations. See, the processor 1, vendor id, and cpu family, what is the model name, and cpu hard disk cache size, physical id, all the details you can see. If you want to see the more details, and second command is, yeah, it will be show the network device related information. Okay, control c, it is not directory. Yeah, I think here I have to pass the okay, but this is the command where this is the file where it is stored, same like cpu info. Okay, next command is analyze the network traffic with the tcp dump and wireshark. Okay, so tcp dump is the command line tool for the packet capturing. So what we are doing, because any packet which will come, that will become your ethernet port, and followed by the port number. So with the help of tcp dump hyphen I, that ethernet in which uh, mm, ethernet that request is coming and which port it is coming, you want to all the details. So you can use the tcp dump command. And wireshark is command like wireshark is the tool, gui tool for the detailed traffic analysis. In real time scenario, we are using the tcp dump to capture the http traffic on the port 443 and analyze with the wireshark for troubleshooting purpose. So this is also a very important command, and very important for troubleshooting purpose. So this was the very like advanced level questions. Might be if you are attending interview for 3 or 4 years of experience as a DevOps engineer, they will ask, because on regular basis we are using such kind of command. So this was the day 3, and uh, thank you for watching, guys. See you in next video, day 4, and there we will cover some more interesting things. Thank you so much. Bye.